vernacular 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 vernacular. I know a word. But we have one word on the screen, overture. Lewis, milestone. Mama. Nama nam nama 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 namana. Nama nam nama 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 namana mama mama dot ma dot nama dot nana dot dot hey 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 dot mama oh ha ho ho ha.
Good. Very good. Excuse me. Hello everybody, we're back. I'm gonna be honest. I have been working on a thing for the turkey. I don't know if we need that anymore. Just let me just show you real quick, all right? And it'll excuse everything, I'm sure. Yo, Pixel, how you doing? Oh, Cryogene. Hello, everybody. Yeah, right now I put in new bird feathers. So there's one for each straight bone. So that way we have more control. The thing that's been driving me crazy is that we don't have feathers that like flap. So I've been working on literally getting feathers to just flap. I think we select this. I'll just show you, then we'll switch back over to Houdini.
This is not Houdini.
Hold on. Hold on, let me just show you. So right now it's only working on one feather. It should be this feather. The idea is that it has random on it. This random amount we want to keep kind of low. Then the frequency. So that way when it's flying, it can be like flapping in the wind. I'm working on that. It's broke because it's not like hooked up to a time node, but the time node's not working, and also it only works on one feather. It should work on every feather. So yeah, that's why I was late, sorry. I'm very obsessed with that right now. Well, let's open recent, shall we? Yo, Callus, how you doing? Yeah, now you know. I hope it's a worthy obsession. I mean, it is to me. Feathers are geo right now. You could swap them out for fibers, I guess. Because each one is just... I mean, they could be, in theory, swapped out. Yeah, but each one is just a thing in a thing, and then it has its rotation hooked up to an algorithm. Well, to a node tree. But yeah, in theory, like, we select the feather that we duplicate out and do in this method. And then you saw it originally, right? It has these kind of controls that allow you to like spread them out. And then you can go up and down. So yeah, I want that plus a little bit of random so we can get them like flapping in the breeze as it's flying. It'll be so cool. Callus, what are you up to today? Pixel, what are you doing? Cryogy, what kind of terror are you wreaking on the world today? Birds must be pretty difficult to rig. They are tricky. Right now I'm finding it's more expensive. It just has a lot of objects and a lot of stuff. I guess I would call it hard, but it's just like a lot of little steps that I want to do to place feathers appropriately. And then I think a lot of the body feathers you do separately. You don't really need to spread them out or anything. They just kind of like sit on the body and maybe like jiggle them a little bit. Ooh, fighting with Blender. My wife is right now taking a course in Blender. on Skillshare. I'm excited to see what she thinks and what she makes. Tried to make Zan from Farscape. Oh yeah, Zan. Last night. Stream key stopped working in OBS a few times for some reason. And you kept updating it? Did Twitch like keep assigning you a new stream key? You think the world just owes you? Owes you what? I'm part of the world. What do I owe you? What is my portion of whatever the world owes you? Out of curiosity. I don't like having debts. Alright, so that's day 2. Okay, so I was thinking, and it's probably a dumb thought. Actually, it's definitely a dumb thought. What if we put this in here, and then this just gets... Oh wait, why wouldn't it be this? I should bring up my Houdini stuff. Is that even? That's not even. Looping. That's the one I'm looking for.
In a more frenetic voice, maybe like Ran, you know what? Reality owes me.
I mean, maybe it does. Again, is it a quantifiable amount? Or is it like an abstract? So you're trying to figure out why a text box on the UI panel doesn't accept text. Classic Blender. What does the text box do? Now I'm trying to query my memories. Text box? Have I interacted with a real text box outside of GeoNodes? I mean, like, not many. Can rename in the outliner, right? I like to think with reality as a whole that I have some sort of neutral balance. Maybe I'm trying to pay something off, you know, trying to give back a little bit. But like, I exist. I've created some positive output. I don't know how much it costs reality to keep me going. You know what I mean?
Not quantifiable, but still quantitatively.
Stuff.
I want
Gotcha.
6. 6 would be enough.
6? What unit? 6 of what unit, Cryogy? We'll get there eventually. Never paid into reality, so reality debt for you over here. Skull Island with fields of gummy bear trees. Yeah, I feel like I've invested heavily in virtual realities. Is that like Bitcoin for reality?
6. It is a scalar, so 6.
6. Do we apply that to every unit that exists within reality? It's confused. Why would we loop over? I don't think we loop over. How many bytes and switches? Oxford Dictionary, probably. Yeah, imagine if there was just an entry in the dictionary that proved that we were in a simulation. That word that you never looked up, that's just the name of our simulation.
No, not every value, Dehu, but 6 might be enough barely.
But is that going to be 6 millimeters, centimeters, and meters? Or do I just pick meters while applying that? Also, is there a list of different units we would apply it to? Is there an ignore list? .git ignore? Think our simulation might be running out of RAM. I don't know about running out of RAM. I mean, maybe. I see it more as just trying to delete large blocks of memory, but maybe that's what moving memory looks like. If you are in the computer, being held as memory, or being held in memory, and watching things get moved around. It's kind of interesting. Hi, you're late. I am late. Sorry, Gav. I am. I got obsessed with doing the feather things. Where was feather thing?
Okay, you're being facetious, aren't you? 6, okay?
See how this waves? I was trying to get more of them to wave. And this is an exceptional feat. You're going to have to take my word for it. Now we're switching back. We're in Houdini. Could make a good short film, right? Life in a memory stick simulation. I'm sure there's a ton of them out there already, though. Right? That is also similar. Where the payoff is like, oh, by the way, you're in Tron, but this is not exactly something that happened in Tron. Oh, the one series about the digital afterlife. Was that uploaded? I enjoyed that. Believe it or not. Wait. What if we put this in here? And then make sure we're actually looking at this. Okay, wait. The detail will not be from deets. It'll be from meta data. Iteration. U. And it's 0. Yo, we got it. There's so much more for us to do, but this is big. Big. What do I think of the Switch 2 news? I mean, it's just a news that Nintendo 2 Connect's going to be an event, right? The lead up to news. I don't know. I'm still waiting for them to give us horrible news like, these are the games that are going to be available on Switch 2, and you're just going to need to buy them again on Switch 2 store. But we'll see. What do you think? Are you excited? Cried you be nice. And yeah, new Nintendo. You know, I would love that. I'm sure someone's tried to make that already. I know there's definitely smart light switches. But yeah, what happened to just Switch 2.0? That would be great. You know what? A product already exists. I've done no research. So they may display games that it supports and games that it launches with. Okay, cool. Cool. I'm sure it's going to be a whole bunch of like games that we already have on Steam. Maybe some PlayStation crossovers. Some very light PlayStation crossovers. And it's going to be $400? That's a lot of money to play like 2 games on. But whatever. Whatever. It's fine. Okay, so this is I want to sample a thing. We're gonna need to do an ad, and then we're gonna just pull from something. This is gonna be very interesting. Like, we don't need deets. Yo, hello? Yo, why can't I click on something and it be selected? That's gonna drive me nuts forever. Does this need to exist? It doesn't. I'm gonna keep this in. Iteration method by count. Yeah, keep that one in. This gets created. This moves it. Then we just need to sample some stuff. Do some math. And our pig's head. Can you turn lights on and off with it? I have more uses than games? That would be cool, but Nintendo's such a closed ecosystem. I know you're joking, but like legitimately, I bet you could do that with a Steam Deck. Because Steam Deck, I mean, you can like use it for other things, right? I've seen a lot of people putting different OSs and stuff on it. And Steam doesn't care. It's not against terms of service to modify your device. I would assume Nintendo does care. Wait, divide, is that math? How do I do math? Or am I just doing like a whole big, long, dumb thing here? Well, alright, well, we need to sample. How do we get point on curve? Yo, what is point capture? That seems interesting. Why, when you hear a Steam Deck, do you think of saunas? I don't know. I've never been in a sauna that has what I would call a deck. Just tile floor. But I don't know. Maybe the second. No, I don't know. I got nothing. Maybe now I know more about your saunas. Yo, extract point from curve. Hello. Where have you been all my life? I love it. We're gonna put in, oh, and then cut value. This is gonna need to be a thing, like a whole equation. Where do we start? I guess this one. But then how does that happen in here to get the, I feel like this is going to end up somewhere else. I mean, I can't, the iteration. There's a new Jurassic World? Intrigued. Why is it specifically Scarlett Johansson? Like, cool that she's in it. Happy that you broke out of Marvel. Okay. Okay. Got some good comedians in here. I don't know about that Crowgy. I've heard some stuff. I've heard if it was up to her, she would not have ever been marketed the way that she was, and therefore she would have always been in different roles. They kind of decided that she should be doing absolutely nothing and dressed in a certain way. I feel bad. But at the same time, you're not wrong. But that's also, I think it's more Hollywood and directors just having poor taste in telling her how to do her job. Because there's a lot, as an actor, you can't just act, right? There's like a whole director that's going to cut all that shit together and cut all your performances out. Might not be too bad. I have to be honest, I'm bored of this. It's losing my attention. Is this still playing? That could be cool though. Is that a plesiosaur? No, that's the other one. I don't remember. When is the other? Smila. I don't remember. the two big water dinosaurs are like my favorite dinosaurs, so I can appreciate it. And this is what she really wants to do. I mean, they really want to pay her. You know what I mean? It's one of those things. You can go out somewhere else and do something else. But I think you're going to have this situation where, you know, when you go to a place, they're going to hire you for what they want to hire you for. Hollywood wants to use her as a bombshell. Pin-up girl type person. And therefore, that's what she does. More silent than anything. That's our job? Wait, what is our job? I mean, I think it's my job to be unexposed to Scarlett Johansson, honestly, because I don't like any of the movies she's in. Most of them, you know? So if I just don't watch them, hopefully the directors that are putting her in bad roles will stop making the movies, because they don't make money. I don't know. Capitalism sucks. Feels like you're mostly helpless. Wait, does this have number of iterations? Num iterations, perfect. I love it. Is that all lowercase? It is. Okay. Right? Or is time... Why do I think time is time? Or it could be t. You know, when you're doing curve stuff, t is like between 0 and 1 where it's going to be on the thing. A percent. I always call it a percent because it feels better. For you, it's any? Fair. She tried to write Ghost in a Shell? Again. I want to see what hit the cutting room floor. I actually didn't see the movie, so I don't know anything about it. I can tell you Adam Savage loved the props for it. But that's about it. You're going to be keel point. So keel point. And then is it just P? I'll take P. P. No, just be P. Why are you so complicated? It's a capital P. It is capital P. I hope this is going to put out a point. Point from curve, right? Wait, I'm hoping for a 3D point. Is that like dot X? What's XYZ dist? I don't want to... How does that... Hmm. So don't know what I'm doing. I might look extract plane from curve up. Maybe. Wait, this also says output 1. Output 1. I don't know. I don't know what I'm doing. Okay, I need to look this up. Let's give me little clocks. So Black Widow movie wasn't too good? Really bad explosion in that movie? I mean, all of the Marvel movies are bad. They don't get enough time. They're pushing them through the meat grinder. I don't know how you expect them to be good. But I did see the explosion you're talking about. And I feel like, this is what Hollywood thinks of us, which is not very much. Hmm. This just be afloat.
The Black Widow movie was one that was my life's goal to evade, with extreme prejudice.
Low budget horror movies might be the better investment. They usually make a profit. Oh, I have no idea about the profit. I know they're fun. I definitely enjoy watching me a good sci-fi, a budget sci-fi movie. Yes, I also haven't seen Black Widow, Crowding. Yeah, not really my thing. What did I see? The first thing that had her in it, I think I ended up seeing that, and it was terrible. Both her and Jeremy Renner, or whatever his name is, they were absolutely terrible. Like, yes, let's just have edgy actors that don't say anything. Great. Great. You didn't do cool, you did boring. You pulled boring off perfectly. I don't get it. Going to avoid it, but you were bored? Ran out of stuff to watch, so you clicked it and regretted your life afterwards? I mean, sculpt instead. Almost always better. What's Bezier? Get out of here, Bezier. So I like almost had this something. Oh, maybe we need details to get the specific one. Constant value. Yo, hello? How do I get you to be like a 0 again? Delete you, and then enter, and then why do you refill? Delete, enter. I don't, what? I don't understand how to actually change a field in this program. Okay, learning curve just went up a lot. What? That edited. Why can't I delete properly? You can add to whatever you want in these things. Oh, need to be looking at this, right? Still nothing. Okay. Is this? Why does it just keep filling stuff in? You're so weird. None of that feels right. Output attribute. Usually you can trust autofill, right? Hmm. Nothing. Very weird. So to watch Doctor Strange in the Multiverse of Madness. Had to quit watching it. Started running out of brain cells. Keep your interest. Something happened with Rise of Skywalker. Yeah, I avoid all movies that have been made in the past like easily 5 years. Like very easily 5 years, but probably closer to maybe 10 because Hollywood's just been on a real tangent of crap.
Oh no, when I saw Rise of Skywalker I was in full F-off mode.
Yeah, that was... I liked the visuals. Like, if you were telling me that that was the new Houdini showcase, I'd be like, okay, yeah, I'm here for it. Let's watch it. I don't know why it had anything to do with Star Wars. That was sad. Do you need to be one? Make it one. If it could just appear where I expect it to be, that'd be great. And I so wish this would work. Oh, detail. Fine. I think. I'm missing a slash. Dot dot. Get in there. Is that enough? Because it only has one output? Why does that feel like it doesn't actually work? And 0 even though it only has one? How do I actually reference the stupid kill point? Couldn't keep track of anything. I had to learn Palpatine was in it from the internet because he never made it to that point where they explained any of that. Oof. Yeah, that was a rough one. They didn't explain, they just shoved it in. This is true. This is true. The best shots were the ones where the water was splashing on the rocks and it was raining. You know what I mean? Let's look up Houdini extract point from curve. Oh, Houdini's site takes a little while. Their notes are so random. The main purpose of this node is to extract a ballistic projectile's position at a given time. Great. Do you really have a lot of ballistics in here? I didn't really see a lot of bullets or projectiles. Points from many curves, custom patterns, and abstract effects. Yeah. This is all I wanted. This is what I think it should probably say. Used to extract points from a curve. But actually, I don't think I want to extract a point. I still want to sample a point, but I don't know if that exists. And maybe that's my problem. Geometry. So getting that this isn't worth it feeling. Extract point from curve. It still kind of feels like it might be the right way, because the point itself could have a transform we could use, but then do we have to query that? Houdini get point get position from curve. Or am I just supposed to be using curve view? Yo, let me freaking edit this, please. Curve view. And it's so bogus. It always puts the cursor in the wrong place too. Detail is the curve view. Zero. We can't like dot y, can we? Don't really tell me much.
No, no, we cannot allow you to edit that specific field, cause, we'd need to implement that field, we think.
Side, okay. Okay, we had such success yesterday. How would we ever... You need to be detail. This is gonna get real old if this is the case. So detail would be metadata, quote, comma, space, quote, num iterations, quote, comma, space, 2, 1. Then is that right? Yeah, iteration, num iteration. Still not, okay, whatever, I'll put a tribute. And still nothing. Man, it's confusing. And you found Scars of Dracula on the Internet Archive the other day? Watched the intro? Pretty messed up start to the movie. Got the feeling it's a sequel to a movie that you might have missed. It's always a weird feeling. Like, are they not presenting it well, or did you not search well? So when you were 11, scarred for life? But the vampire bats they had were pretty funny. Not bad for the time, you know. Some of the old time effects are way better than what we are doing now, honestly. Because the attribute, this is the attribute. But then is this one just not getting kill point? Prim UV. Oh, so many of these help things are just not existent. The Hammer films were usually darker and more gory. The previous horror films. I don't think I know Hammer films. Oh, those ones. Okay. Now I understand. Production company. Yeah, I have never gotten that familiar with too much of production companies behind the scenes of movies. More obsessed with the graphics themselves than even the people that did them. You know, Thomas Knoll and John Knoll, I would have to stare at their stupid names as Photoshop took forever to start up. But besides that, oh, then stop motion guys, obviously. But big name actors, yeah, they seem pretty recognizable. But yeah, I guess I just don't know them as Hammer films. Hmm. What the? Man, I don't know. Looking at this, Like, is this really what I want? And also, man, my heart's so not in this. There's just so much disparate information. No more news? Fair. That's fair. We've had a lot of news for being this early in the year already, I feel. Oh. Okay, hold on. Hold on. Maybe I'm just... The details are fine. Maybe this shouldn't be a detail, it should be a point. Off of keel point P. Okay, wait, what's your problem? Okay, wait, what? Yo, Houdini, why do you take forever? This is the slowest site ever. Cut value should be a value. I think. And then that gives me 1 point. Oh, hates that. For function. 1, 2, 3. What? Iteration. Bank 0. Stop yelling. Why aren't you good? So not sure if it's Hammer Film, but it was pretty good. Movie called Horror Express. I think it's based on some H.P. Lovecraft. Neat. don't get anything. Is it actually gonna work? Or is it just gonna break? Hmm. Oh, how about 0? What is this even supposed to be? Oh, broken forever. But then, is keel points broken? But no, keel point doesn't say that it's broken. It should be a constant value that's changing. If I add points together, can I see the points? Wait, are you always just gonna be 1 point? No, it's just always gonna be broken. Why? Number of arguments to function. I mean, arguments to function should mean that I have too many commas or not enough commas, but I have just as many as they show when they use points. There's no position. I just added a position. Forever. Wait, whoever said that this is the way is dumb. Yeah, let's put all your code inside of fields that don't have any sort of actual text editing ability besides typing and deleting characters and maybe a little copy paste. Like they don't even have like special character to select or moving. I'm dying. It should be so simple. Some of these things are so obtuse. Curve arc length evaluates the length of an arc on a primitive defined by array points using a parametric UV coordinate. Yeah, great. Great. And I'm supposed to shove all that into a stupid translate field? Thank you. Give on Houdini after you made your sci-fi traffic cone? Pretty complicated? It definitely is. That was supposed to be why it was worth learning. I'm questioning that now, though. In fact, I almost feel like in some ways I'd have an easier way going through Blender and having Python stuff that hooks up to nodes than any of this. This all seems, yeah, I don't know. I get when people say learning curve, but this also seems like there's something worse than the learning curve. And that's the program that you're learning. Like legitimately having to interact with numeric fields for text input to do complex operations is absolutely miserable. And I have nothing to show me that it should be done any differently. Seem to do pretty crazy stuff with it. I mean, they do. They do. So hopefully I'm just missing a few things. But it seems like curves are extremely limited, and that was kind of the basis of how it's going to go forward with stuff. Or maybe I'm just, I don't know. I don't know. The help is really unhelpful. It'll kill your PC if you had to use this. Could hunt down people. Make those, yeah. Programs, definitely. Trying to figure out how to even go forward with this. Where would the next thing to be? And they also just show straight up code. Just straight up C-like code. And I'm like, where do you put this? Again, this translate box is the most miserable thing in the world. Please tell me you're not forcing people to do everything in here. And I'm just missing... Is it Vex? What do we do with Vex? Specifically attribute wrangling nodes. Man, I didn't like using those yesterday. Let's see how much I hate them today. So, what's the difference between all of them? Wrangling puts stuff on points, right? Or maybe just express? I don't know. All my Steam from yesterday is depleted today. Because you're not smart. I mean, some of these programs just take a lot of computing power. And some of these programs aren't trying to be easily used. So, I wouldn't put it on you. But I don't... like lots of snippets of code, but none of the code seems relevant, or it seems so boilerplate. And again, you have to like go through weird stuff to get stuff off points, and then how do I... AI will do it for us eventually. Not me. We will see at what point I ever actually turn to AI to do a thing for me. But at this point in time, I'm going to say that would be never. That would be absolutely never. Yeah, who knows? I mean, if you've seen any of the articles on some of the like AI coding stuff, outlook is bleak. It could take an AI days to do what should only take hours, and some things it will just never understand that it can't do. Or it will never try a different way. Just like keeps banging its head against stupid crap. Which, you know, humans can do too. But humans, I don't know, get past that. Humans can push themselves past blocks, or like move on to other things, where AI will literally just burn down the entire world, eating up as much power as it can because it doesn't understand very simple things. AI. How have your AI excursions gone? Have you had any success? You're using AI with like Unreal, right? I think AI random too random most of the time. Needs to be fine-tuned. Yeah, maybe. I don't know about random. I think it's very pointed. I think it's just also it doesn't understand or apply things properly most of the time. Like it will read a lot of Stack Overflow, and because people have such a bias and have only experienced a certain number of problems, it only knows how to solve a certain number of problems. And yeah, the biases are pretty interesting. There are some solutions it will say will never work because people had very adamant feelings while they were describing how code should or shouldn't work, and complete functions will just be completely disregarded. It's the control and communication issue. Say more. Just played around with AI music and AI Icewind Dale portraits. Oh, okay. Oh, and ChatGPT for different things. Oh, yeah, and that. Yeah, there are people using ChatGPT to do a lot of their coding, and it takes them a long time to get things done. They don't know how it got done. Lots of pain, but it can work. I think basically Homeless doesn't know a damn thing and gets AI to pretty much do his entire life for him. But he also seems to have like double the amount of time to do anything than I see most, at least double of what most YouTubers do. Code you get from ChatGPT needs lots of editing. Yeah, exactly. Exactly. Gav, you're using AI for you? This language tool? This language tool. Oh, it's like Grammarly. Like a grammar check thing. Okay, that makes sense. That's not too bad, as long as you're not getting it to like write the whole thing for you. Paraphrasing tool too. Nice. So I am stuck. Like point on curve, I feel like it should be basic. And someone wrote an entire article on stuff, and it's just so long, and it has to do with meshes, not necessarily curves. I hate it when you're trying to look up something that's simpler, and simpler is somehow more complicated because it's, you know, just different. Different enough that it's not relevant whatsoever. Well. So it redoes your wording. I mean, that can be okay, but at the same time, when you have most people doing that, you lose individuality and you know, people's actual voices. And all of a sudden, everybody starts looking like an AI. It's just supposed to be prim UV. But then how do I get a point angle to go, or point wrangle to go into the translate of a thing? It has 3 attributes. Do I have to do it 3 times and divide it? How would I export this as 3 different floats from one vector?
The cheese seems tainted. Mutiny on the Bounty 1962.
Thank you, Cryogy. What a wonderful reference. Sometimes you let ChatGPT rewrite your emails or things, you're right. Might not be the best thing to do. Yeah, I don't let AI take over any portion of my life. I feel like there's a multitude of reasons, including like, why would I not just write the thing and press enter instead of like, I don't know. But yeah, also at some point, especially with like malware and scams and spam and ransomware, like there's just so much negativity out there, and a lot of it is best done around social engineering. And if you start letting an AI write stuff for you, then people that you work with and that you talk to won't know the difference between you and someone pretending to be you. So the idea that people will question all of your communications in the future, or even right now, means that I don't think you should put it through a filter that lets you be mistaken for AI.
I let AI wipe my ass. That's what it's good at.
No, AI is terrible at wiping asses. You have ADHD, Gav? Me too. You're shit at writing so badly. Don't mind first use it paragraph bit again. It makes sense. It makes sense. If you have a hard time writing, it can help. But yeah, at the same time, that is a scare of modern times even, is identity theft. And getting hacked by impersonation. At the time, the people who receive email probably already use AI to summarize everything anyway. I mean, sure. It's a scary future we're in. Will the AI also check our bank accounts and file all of the the fraudulent reports? I mean, if AI is going to take over all of it and figure out where we're messing things up, then sure. But I also don't trust it to do that. You don't know what you have? You have something there? Fair. Yeah, writing does not necessarily come easy for me. Dyspraxia? Yeah, my wife has dyspraxia. It's like a coordination thing, right? Have you even gotten to agents yet? mean, yeah, that's a good point. Or like having a personal AI assistant. It's going to be interesting. I actually think that's going to be better. That might be the breakthrough, where you actually have a trusted assistant. And I mean, the world needs to be kind of structured around that, to the point where AI logs data, and at some point AI intuition is going to be very important for determining, lots of stuff. But also full Black Mirror. Full on Black Mirror situation. Man, do I hate this. That's why it's all hard for you. Makes sense. Makes sense, yeah. My ADHD can get the better of me too. Jarvis from Iron Man? I mean, yes, but moreover, like, I'd almost want to say more like her. I didn't actually see her, so like a grain of salt. But the idea that you have someone that learns you, and you're talking to your AI assistant to get most of the things done in your life, schedule things and do all that, and therefore you have valuable tracked data. This is also a bad thing, but the good thing is, like, obviously we know where you are, what you order, all these things about you. So if something weird happens, we know that it's weird. Your AI can like vouch for your normal activities, where you are from time to time, but that just is completely disregarding any human whatever, but we also don't trust humans, right? That's the fascist world we live in today. We don't trust our neighbors. You don't think these AI agents won't be filled with effing ads and corporate goals? I think, I don't know. I would hope that we would have a justice system separate from corporate goals. I'm sure we would be advertised too, but yeah, again, I would hope that there would be some sort of AI available. I don't know. I'm trying to think how it would be implemented, because you don't roll ads into AI. That's kind of dumb. Like, maybe you could, but I think it would quickly backfire. So I think you end up having nice generic vanilla AI where you can transfer your tokens to and from different models. Because there needs to be consistency, right? Like, that's part of the thing, is I think you are going to be a fungible token at some point, or a non-fungible token at some point. Your AI is going to have non-fungible tokens for all of your data and interactions of some sort. You know what I mean? Are you so naive? No, it's more like my hope. This is more talking about my hope. But also, I do think that if you roll ads into things, it makes things worse. And obviously, we all believe in that, but we've also seen, like, Netflix existed before it added ads. Amazon Prime existed before it added ads. Twitch existed before it added ads. You know what I mean? Like, we came and went through a period where having a premium service that felt good was the thing. It was the trend. It was the fad that companies were going for. And I would assume we're going to hit that again at some point, where they're like, we're going to forego everything. Like ChatGPT, there's a free version, right? So yeah, maybe we'll be past that version of free and adless when we get to the point where we have a usable, dependable AI that will be integrated into the justice system. Could you make an AI system with Houdini notes? Pix, I have no idea. I'm struggling to do the most basic shit. Please don't ask me about Houdini. Please don't ask me. I can't tell you. Right now, I'm just going to tell you it's a piece of shit that has very complex fields that kind of accept things and kind of don't. You can kind of pass data around, but it's really confusing to do so. Like oh my god, some of this seems so old. I don't know. Part of the pain might just be the age of all of the documentation. Or a majority of the documentation. Like, the nodes don't even look alike anymore. This is what it says that a loop should look like, instead of these chevrons. Like, this is garbage. I don't know. I don't know anything about this shitty program. It was cool right up until I got past Hello World, which was revolve with a curve. All of a sudden, placing something on the curve is like next to impossible. By next to impossible, I mean there's a couple of very long articles about it. But they all seem not to actually be like placing a thing on a curve. They're like, oh, here's how you place a thing on a curve. We're going to show you the pig head, and you're going to use the UVs. And a bunch of nodes that don't... I don't know. I want to go back to Blender. I think I could actually do this in Blender. So, Netflix, Amazon, Twitch, YouTube, every site on the web still makes money after placing ads, but they all existed in a startup form where they tried to attract you without having ads. Like, I don't think ads are baked into society. I think ads are something society turns to when it gets greedy. And I think when a company is upcoming, it is less greedy and more hungry, if you know what I mean. It's looking for user acquisition. And you know I'm right. Alright, Cryogy? You know I'm right. Every large company offering you a personal assistant like apps now, they'll be not at all more intrusive and curious about every data bit, might be extracted for you and give you the best possible service. I mean, they might, but you don't see... You experience, but you do not see the data going to ads. Like, the connection between you surfing the web and getting ads, it's not like telling you every 10 seconds what data it's siphoning from you. You know what I mean? You just get an ad that's creepily on point in another service. And I need to point that out. Like, it's another service. Again, you start up Bixby or whatever the stupid Samsung one is, and it's not like, oh, hey, please buy a Samsung watch. Like, they do... I don't know. Am I the only one that doesn't get ads literally everywhere? Like, I started up Houdini, I didn't get a Houdini ad. You're back from ads, learned an actress that played Pam in The American Office had cancer.
I know you're naive
I think that's
to think that
a
the
movie,
startup
though.
without ads is doing that cause
Or
of principle.
did she really?
It is the bait and switch.
Too bad. Oh, it's the principle of user acquisition. And also, I would like to point out that many of these big companies have some sort of turnover at some point where they try to make money and change out CEOs because they're not making money fast enough. And that's the first thing that goes. Cancer prevention ad. Oh, that's a bummer. I mean, cancer prevention is great. Don't drink alcohol. Don't smoke cigarettes. Boom. That helped. Yeah, there's also a thing where, like, most companies can only survive on a life cycle that revolves around a startup user acquisition phase and then a user retention phase. You don't care about it? Just going to use to make your sentence sound a bit better than rubbish? That's fair. You know all your sentences are poetry? Karji, we don't all have that benefit. Also, I'm super dying here. Like, I don't want to move them by hand. That would kill everything. That's so painful. Everything errors. It doesn't even tell you why it errors. Do I just stop and go back to Blender? I feel like I'm not even learning anymore. Like we hit the wall where I can't even find information on what I want. Or like, I looked for information and they threw me into the sea and were like, you should die now. This is the time where you've asked too many questions and you just die. Keep at it, you'll get it. I don't know if I will. Like, I'm not even at a point where I feel like I can try things. I'm like looking at things and I'm like, I don't know where you want me to put this. Or if you do show me where to put it, I don't think that works in my situation. Copy to... I do. Can I make something explode before you quit Houdini? I guess. Do you have an exploding cone? Just like so much reading. Why did you put in so many blocks of text for something that's supposed to be just a node plug and play? Or just show me some code and where the code goes. And why do you have an empty object merge? How do you even object merge that has... I get nothing. Like a rage quit and turn over the table kind of thing? I mean, almost. Didn't explode, but you did ruin it pretty good. With that fractional deformer thing? Ah, and you just gave up after that? Like that fractional deformer, does that have things you could tweak? Could you turn it down or something? And again, if you don't want to use Houdini, that's fine. I'm also literally at the same point where I'm like, this is... The juice is not worth the squeeze. I don't know. I'm scrolling back and forth on the same page. Like, I don't even want to read this. You think you're clever? I think you're a dumbass for learning Houdini. I'm there. We're there. I don't know. My boat's tipped. We've capsized. You can turn the settings down, but that's no fun. Yeah, better to rage quit. I try Houdini again? Well, yeah, good luck. Good luck. I feel so dumb. So dumb. Exceptionally stupid. Also, the fact that you can click on things and they do not highlight or activate, like it really is going to kill me someday. I'm going to have a heart attack and I'm going to die right on stream. I'm going to blame side effects. You want to learn it? Do I? Do I though? Part of me doesn't want to learn it. Part of me is like, if I actually learn this and I like this program and I feel like I need to use this, I need to pay a lot of money every year to continue using this program. Like if I want to make money off of it, if I want to include anything I make out of Houdini in a game, and that game makes any amount of money, I then have to fork over money to them yearly. So, I don't know. Part of me is like, I think I could do this with Blender. And now that I'm in Houdini and I'm seeing how they set things up, it's not very attractive. It's almost like their nodes are as horribly made and laid out as Blender's normal workflow, not nodes. You know, Houdini artists that used to stream? You would talk to on Discord named CG Rockstar. Pretty good at it. Haven't talked to him in a while. Cool building generator. Neat. Neat. I think I was starting to do building generators in Blender years ago, and I got to a pretty decent point. And then I left because they didn't have normals, or they didn't have UVs in GeoNodes yet. So anything I did with UVs was going to be thrown away and lost, which was a real tragedy. Not worth continuing. And then smoothing edges, or like smoothness, edge sharpness, was also a pain in the butt. That's still horrible, but UVs got added in. So yeah, Blender's much more usable now. I don't know, to look at this, nothing inspires me to like, oh yeah, I can use that. That would be useful. It's all literally, where do I put any of this? Where do you do any of this? Guys kept telling you should learn it? You're lazy though? It's fair. Something to be said for sticking with what you know, because except for what you know that you can't do, when you absolutely for certain know that you can't do, everything else, that's on the table. And it's easier than learning a whole new program. You know, maybe I'll just poke Blender a little bit. Just a little bit, because I'm super hating Houdini right now. A ZBrush addiction? Cool. Cool. Yeah, the fact that Blender is even in a situation where you need to look things up and you just see nodes is, I can't tell you how wonderful that is. When you can find anything. Like, that's a complaint I have. But, you know, the fact that you not only see 5 nodes in Houdini doing absolutely everything, creating an entire world, each of those nodes has so many scripts on it. And who knows, they usually don't even show the scripts. What a pain. And then it has an editor component. I so don't want an editor component. I really want something that's like majority nodes. And I am very scared at having a program like Houdini that has 1 million tabs, and each tab has 1,000 clickable tool icons in it. And I'm like, bruh, those aren't nodes. That means you want me to do something, and you want me to make it permanent in the scene forever. That's like, shit. Shit-tastic. I want a magical, mutable program. You mean me on the bounty queue was because Warner Brothers have suddenly posted movies on YouTube. Can we vote them down? Warner Brothers Pictures. Let's see. Superman trailer, can we just downvote? No, they have all their voting turned off. That's no fun. Warner Brothers Pictures. Is there a way to just like hide this forever? So not interested. This is offensive. Oh, report user. I think that's the answer. Just report them. Be like, listen, Warner Brothers, I know you have a sister, a Warner sister Dot, and I think Warner Bros. Pictures is very offensive in 2025. Reported. Oh, I could just hide them. You have to go all the way through report to find the hide. That's so dumb.
It's not fair. Blender gets full-on shitstorm rants, but Houdini gets a stay. So unfair.
Wait, what do you mean stay? This is a horrible program. Do you see this? If I try and double-click this word, it selects everything in this stupid box. How are you supposed to do anything in this program? And then the code completion, right? If I'm like, okay, detail, right? Where the detail, the first argument in detail, let's fill that guy out. It's like, okay, you know you need a surface node, right? But I need to put a quote, and it doesn't, then it gives me all this shit that would error out. That's not even relevant. Thank you, love that. And then I need to do, what? The dot slash? And then I get keel haul. So I had to type in 4 whole characters before I could find a node that is obviously the first argument of this stupid detail thing, because what else would it be a detail of? 4 whole characters before you get that. And then it doesn't even bother closing the quotes for dumb. Actually, I like that it doesn't close the quotes. But then you can't even click this. Like, it is an object, but then it doesn't.
Okay.
I hate
Thanks.
it. You're welcome. Yo, Dis, how you doing? What are you up to today? Or should I say, how is the Unreal education? I'm very curious to see if I can... Is there a revolve here? There's no revolve, but mesh to curve does... curve to mesh does everything. No, damn. I said it and then I clicked it. It was the wrong one. Curve to mesh. Whatever. There's curve circle. There we go. There we go. We made our own revolve because we can do that. We have that power. Delete the cube. We create the Bezier curve. Okay, add modifier geonodes and then revolve. Perfect. Don't we love that bottle? Don't you love it? And then 3. Wait, hello? Okay, that's a bottle, right? Perfect. Why can't I see the curve? You know what, Blender, you don't get a pass. The hell are you doing? Where's my curve? Oh, I guess, hold on, join. Viewer. Where's my auto crop? Don't I have that marked as an asset or something? So you're dying? War is hell? Well, good luck, Disc. Keep it up. What does detail do? It extracts a detail from a thing? Catalyst, do you have ideas? We'll go back to this if you have ideas. But legit, like, we have a curve. We just want to sample a point on that curve and move this thing to it. It shouldn't be that hard. Like, if we delete this, put this in this, get merge, you're fine, you're fine. There, look, we can move a thing based off of iterations. Because the transform has detail, it gets the metadata, the iteration, and 0, and then multiplies it by 1, or 0.1. Does that make sense? But I can't get anywhere past here because extracting a point from a curve just doesn't, like, I don't know if I'm doing it, and I don't know how to reference it properly. Because this one is supposed to be, like, trying to get a point, but I know nothing. I want to do what I did yesterday. That was a success. I'm going to do it again in Blender. So Unreal is a distraction for you? Maybe you can afford to slack off in Unreal later, though? I mean, that's a good point. That's a good point. Definitely a distraction. What am I making today? I was going to make the bottle again. To this, and then we can probably make the keel, and we probably even get the ribs done, even though we're so late today. Why are you like this, though? What? Where are the other points? Nope, it's just one of those days. I'm not supposed to have this success today. There it is. Do you have a point down here then? You do. And we can't see it because group output? I don't know. Weirdness. Come on, you have to have a thing over here somewhere, right? Hello? Do we need to rotate too? Where's the flange coming from? Right, so that's 0, this one's 90. one of these negative 90. There we go, finally. Or not. Ultimately dumb. Okay, wait. Curve this one plus this one. Here, you a thing. No, but why? Yep, one of those days. Oh, sorry, I spaced. You think it's the best engine though? Good for you, Dis. Wait, with Jack Black? Wait, what did I miss? Houdini seems like a very specific tool. Tool for dangerous activities? I don't know about that. Seems like a crap tool. Autonomous is better. Ryan Brando had a English voice coach. Rooster Teeth? It was because the old owner of it came back and got it back? Wait, so Rooster Teeth is back? That's kind of cool. That's kind of cool. Wait, what? Plug in. Jeez. Wait, so that's it. Can we radius 0? That's 0.2. Negative 0.1. Won't go smaller than that? Fine. Fine, don't. Rooster Teeth used to do videos of red versus blue. They were like a Halo animation animatic company, something like that. Sorry, there's a word for using other people's assets to throw short skits together. So that's cool. Yeah, they were a lot of fun. That's how big it is. Point. And it can never be smaller than that? Oh, there we go. Yeah, a bit too much. Good enough. I don't know. No, not shit. Well, stupid 3D cursor. Up. You're not. What's going on here? Where's the other point? Why are you so broke? Are you just way too high? Yes, you are. I think there's another curve point in here somewhere that I just don't see. No, I can see curve points through the thing. Those are all the curve points. We'll figure it out. This is looking exceptionally ugly. There it is. I don't love how they inherit their tangent handles. That's dumb. Remember those Halo shorts? Yeah, those were good. A lot of things happening and dying this year. Main guy left Bernie Burns, but then came back. I don't know what Bernie Burns is. Left early before a lot of things happened. Don't know what brought Rooster Teeth back. Main person head of it all. Interesting. Okay. I don't think it's a good. Texas is an interesting place. I would never start up a business there. Nope. I would never be in that place. It's a state I avoid. Cool. It's sad that it ever got sold to Warner Brothers. Things that shouldn't happen. Everything tamed and handled it. Another terrible, terrible idea, Blender. How did I not notice this before? Huge mistake. Huge. Going the right way? Who knows? Actually, don't know. Are you somehow not on Axis anymore? Oh, good. Yeah, Blender's editor sucks. Nodes are okay. Editor kind of blows. Austin's the more progressive city in Texas than compared to the rest of the state. Just don't know why you would move to somewhere where you have hostility around you from all sides. You know, like, great, you're the most progressive. Everybody is very, very proud of how not progressive they are. And they love their guns. And they are looking for any reason. Sorry, that's fear-mongering a little bit. Yeah, I don't know. Like, way to move somewhere where your voice is not only not going to get heard, your vote's not going to count. Think they can fit enough people in Austin to offset all of the rest of the red votes? I don't know. Yeah, the nicest place is in the most fascist, horrible place. Just it seems like an exception to horror. I mean, obviously, they also have a situation where they're trying to keep people down, and therefore, if you are poor, you won't be able to move out, because then they won't have anyone to torture.
And your women are just breeding stock.
Listen, we're not in Texas, all right, Kyoji? That's not a mentality we share here. Rooster Teeth after some of the founding people of the site left. Going downhill, Rooster Teeth, I hope 2.0 will go well. Let's hope. Let's hope. One thing you notice, at least San Antonio, everything is so spread out. Not so friendly to pedestrians. Austin's a bit better. Cool. I don't know. I find it weird saying anything positive about a place that has a fascist leaning. Like, I don't ever want to advertise that there's anything good about, like, Nazi Germany. It seems like being on the wrong side of history.
That's what I meant in the context of the rant about Texas.
Oh, yeah, okay, that makes sense. Fair. Why is it off center? That's why. Why is it tilted? Because why the tangent hand? Did I not select everything and scale in? Is it just not affecting tangent handles because, you know, Blender just takes vacations whenever it wants from doing anything that it's supposed to do? Now, how do I... Is it good now? No, it's twisted. Twisted, but that's all there. Why would that be? It's kind of showing that there's a twist somewhere in the points, but there can't be a twist in the points, right? It looks like it's so... Today's a waste of a day. It was decided at the beginning of the day, clearly. I sigh. You might hate me for saying this, but the Alamo wasn't a very impressive when you visited. It was pretty small. I mean, I can only remember the Alamo as when, you know, Europeans tried to steal Mexican land from Mexicans. And then they all got butchered. They kind of got what they deserved. So remember the Alamo is what happens to colonists. That's what I remember. But all kinds of tourist attractions around it. And fast food places. I mean, yeah, yep. Because soulless. Absolutely soulless human beings live in there. God bless their heart. That's what they say, right? God bless their heart. Like that. It's almost good except for the twist. Do we ignore the twist? Is it something dumb where everything just needs to be... something like that, I guess? Right on 0? And yeah, I don't mind what Texans hate, because Texans cry about everything. They hate anyone that has individual liberties. It's like their primary purpose is to take down any individual liberties that exist in the world. I'll pass, thank you. This one, are you inside or outside? Inside. This one should move out. And get extruded? You'd say not everyone is a terrible person? Oh, sure. Like I said before, Texas is also trying to keep down poor people and people of color. And that involves making sure that they can't leave. So, like, yep. Met lots of friendly people? I mean, yeah, sure. Outwardly very friendly. But they will vote for you to die. Steve Irwin used to say you can trust a croc, tell you what's going to kill you, but a human will lie to your face before they do it? Absolutely. That's true. He should have applied that to stingrays. No? How do you trust them? They hide their knives right in their tail. How do you not get killed by a gator, but then absolutely get stabbed in the heart by the stingray? I don't know. World's a weird place. That over there, and then extrude. Probably move there for work. End up visiting him and his family. Cool. 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 Yeah, I mean, I hear they have good food out there. And stuff. I think I have family out there technically, but I haven't seen them since I was little. Why do they always move? I guess because move, when we extrude, they go wherever the heck they want. Very convenient. This, maybe? And that's definitely backwards. Oh, maybe like that. I don't think you'd want to live there, though. Too hot. Like what I was saying? Yeah. Also, like you were saying, there is like a big dependence on transportation because everything's so spread out. Everything's bigger in Texas, including your gas bills. But I couldn't go there. Hearing so many people say the phrase Texas first just makes my skin crawl. Just, you know, I don't know. Like the most un-American thing in the world is Texas first. Can they secede already, please? Stop pretending to be American when really they don't have any care towards American values. Yo, who joins a union with an express purpose to be able to secede when they want? Like, you were never really in to begin with. Most fickle. I don't know. I don't let people into my union that have explicit clauses where they can secede from the union. That seems disingenuous to the purpose of joining. But I'm going to digress. Now we should be hating on Houdini. What a crazy program. Who even made that? Who decided any of that should be the way things are done? Okay, wait, is this bottle? Maybe not a good bottle. Do I need this one to extrude? What? That's weird. Anywho, so let's start a colony on the moon. I think moon colony's a safe bet. Oh wait, not. Wait, is that good enough? That could be good enough for a start bottle. Chip in a bottle. Hard to breathe on the moon, so I hear. Semantics. Semantics. You get a cool spacesuit, or your corpse can decorate the moon forever, you know? They're both very wonderful options. We all die sometime. Okay, so that's revolve. We need a separate cork. I'm gonna make you a cone, but then we're gonna make you the new graph. Cork. I think we cone again, honestly. Wait, we can just radius top bottom? What does that look like? And I was watching the Mythbusters episode where they went on the what they don't want you to call the vomit comet anymore, the like gravityless situation. That looks like fun. That looks like amazing fun. Oh yeah, there's a cork right there. Set smooth shade, and we do it only on the side. And side segments, we can make 2. Can also do this and this, depth and burts, so we know how resolution it is.
Texas, it's like the English in Europe. They were never really in it. They never agreed a lot when they were in it. They left, wanting things to be the same, and now that they're out, they regret it cause their economy tanked and didn't get the benefit they were promised.
What benefit were they honestly expecting, though? That's what I was wondering. Like, there were a couple of very tiny industries that benefited from Brexit, but like, yeah, overwhelmingly not positive because UK does not produce most of its own almost anything. They can like fish for themselves. But like everything else has been exported, right? Can we do just side of this position vector math? Man, I so took for granted all of these wonderful nodes that can just do math for me. I'm gonna be honest, even Maya. You want to see something horrible? So there is no. Where is it? Oh yeah, okay. So there's no sine. There's absolutely no trigonomic nodes in Maya at 2022. There might be some in Bifrost, but Bifrost is not necessarily generic nodes. So what you have to do is you have to put in a number into a was this a double linear, and then you put that into a Euler to quadratic, and then that poops out a number that works kind of like sine. It's so cringe. It's amazing how many node systems don't have the most basic things. Like, it really is irritating because if I make a node system, I think the first thing I'm doing is just making some frickin' math nodes. Why would you not implement math? I don't get it. Oh, did I miss this one? Houdini built on a system called ICE. I think it was built in XSI, but Autodesk bought XSI and killed it or something like that. Oh, maybe that's why it had some similarities to Maya.
They didn't think Europe would treat them as any other country outside of the European Union and make them fill out the miles of forms. They lost their minds, I think.
Yeah, seriously. Well, they were guided by Boris Johnson, who is a con man, and his overconfidence that everything would be fine and that clearly there's no other choice for Britain was like so dumb. So dumb. I feel really bad for British people being so swindled by such a absolute moron. Okay, I'm gonna try and do something that'll just like pinch the midsection. Wait, no, why do they all count as side? Okay, so wait, if it's centered, all we have to do is find separate, combine. I guess it's Z. We know it's Z. We want something between two positions. Some compares. Idiocracy, the movie coming true? Totally. Absolutely. Happening in a lot of places, though. Can't just say it's England. That's... You might be able to say it started with England, but I'm not even sure that's true. I feel like we might be overlooking whatever happened to Greece back when they lost ownership over all of their tourist monuments and went bankrupt as a country. That I feel like there might be something there. Like allowing foreign interest to just purchase everything that you are as a country. But I don't know enough. I should look into it. So we're looking for Z. Greater than and less than. So wait, less than depth. Is that good enough? And then greater than maybe half depth. Maybe just something simple like that. Oh, and Boolean math. Looks like for a lighter a lamp. We should get some lamps in there. Yeah, right now it's just going to be a cork. Hopefully. Trying to make it a little bit fancy. Right, okay, okay. We're not looking to go in every direction. That's the problem. Separate. If we get it combined, we can put it together just without the Z axis. There we go. Like pinch it in a little bit. Give it 2 for now. It might be nice to have a bulge. Like a float curve. Actually, yeah, float curve could be very cool. I think that's just position Z divided by depth. It's the value that we're going through. Down on the top, this on the bottom, then the offset. It already tapers, right? Just push it in. How does it disappear like that? That's like magic to me. Idiocracy wasn't nearly dystopic enough? How would you make it more dystopic? Should it be more oppressive and less just innocently stupid? Doesn't that make it 0? This one. Subtract half. Yeah. And then this is normal at 0.5. But, okay, sort of, kind of. Oh, and wait, pinch doesn't do anything anymore. That's pinch amount, right? That's pinch amount, right? Good. Figure that out later. For now, we as Quark. Still wish there was a way to expose the curve. That would be amazing. They could randomly deport people for not advertising Brondo energy drinks enough. Maybe. Maybe. Get to keep your citizenship for another few hours? It's got electrolytes. It's what plants crave. How much do I really care about this? I need to rename top and bottom. They just don't feel right. There. Oh, everything needs set material. new material, cork, matte, give it a color. Cork matte, okay. And then you I'm gonna put in a set material. Feels kind of dumb, but it's fine. It'll work. Roughness low. Transmission high. And then is there alpha somewhere? Alpha's just here. Lower alpha. Boom. We got a bottle. Looks as though they want to make reality follow art and institute Gilead. Look it up. Handmaid's Tale, then the Bible. Oh, yeah. Yeah. I know what you mean. Sounds scary? Yeah, I mean, yes, we're living in the worst timeline. Easily. Easily worst timeline. Okay, my only problem is that everything is sideways. But that's fine. Let's do another Bezier curve, and this one's going to be heel and ribs, I think, because I think I'd want to do those together. Where's a good solar flare when you need them? Slow things down a bit? Yeah, right? I mean, at this point, I don't know that we do anything without, like a Noah's Ark situation almost, right? It's just one massive flood. Like, in most of the science fiction that I've read, the thing that slows down society at this point is some sort of nuclear war that bombs everyone back to the Stone Age, and therefore you have nothing. Nothing left. Build it all back up. Try to remember how to use the scraps of tech that you still have. Curved circle. Resolution, we're just gonna make that 4. Shore radius, transform, needs a rotate. You? Not quite. There it is. Actually, no, that should be fine-ish. Then we need a repeat zone for the ribs. Table our incoming curve. Need some math to get the iteration divided by iterations. Take what percentage we are. So that needs to be in here. Then something gets moved to there. I put in an object for profile. Then things go absolutely medieval. I could get a lot worse, trapped in a crazy vial. No way out. There's an ocean between them and me. Wait, Crygy, do you not see something happen in Europe too? I thought there was a lot of European countries that are like acquiescing in one way or another to the idiocy. Big train tonight. Does anyone happen to know Trench Crusade? I don't think I do. They've got some lore. Do I want to know? It's gonna be horrible. Oh, tabletop miniatures game. Horrifying alternate timeline. I used to work at a hobby shop that had a lot of wargaming, and we had a contingent of people that did alternate history stuff. More fascinating, because they were more interested in just like weird futures, almost, rather than actually reveling in, I don't know, the worst possible scenarios. Despite similarity, he's not an actor known for Top Gun. That's good for reasons. Join. And then fine. This might end up being an object that we bring in. That's already the shape of one rib that will maybe deform as we go. Maybe we'll have two curves that we kind of like lerp between. And there we go, ribs. Perfect. Object, you're gonna be rib curve object. All these curves could be so much better. Here, something like this. Well, it depends. Set up for people for whom 40k isn't grimdark enough. Okay, that's pretty bad. Though I guess there's something slightly cartoony about 40k. But it's pretty slight, right? Okay, Keel, you get a rib curve. Why don't they line up anymore? Oh. Are we not where we're supposed to be? Oh, but wait, shouldn't we be at 0? Okay. Okay, just slide the origin, we're fine. That's what a boat looks like, right? It's perfect. Do like this for the other one. Then it needs to get shifted over by its whole space. And this is where I want auto crop. We do it like this. Yatta. Okay, now we just need to get the size right. And then extrude. Here, this on this. These turn into ribs. Here, make them the same size for now. Rib radius. Boom. Still eyeballing Cthulhu Death May Die. Cool looking minis. Expensive though. I mean, there's a lot of games that you could use minis on. You don't need to stick to that game. Though if the minis make it expensive, that could make it just worthwhile if you just like the minis enough. If you want to look 40k that way, it's completely cartoony. I mean, most cartoons don't go as... I mean, it is grimdark. It, like, legit is grimdark. Just got a dry brush look, more serious later on. I mean, I don't know. I think there's still kind of a cartoony bent even on their, like, lore side. Just a little bit, you know? It is grimdark. It's very serious, but as serious as it is, you still have, like... I don't... The like way that they implement fascism is like some weird tongue-in-cheek everything's a heretic, everything's, you know, forbidden information, and then, you know, evil, like you have chaos, but then a lot of evil is like you have space elves and you have orcs, and orcs are like stapling themselves back together. They're like fungus that roam around planets and spore other orcs. Like, something about it. It's not like completely depressing. Question is, how do we taper at the top? Almost want another float curve to say what's moving and what isn't. This one's pretty wrong, but at least it has something going for it. Or would that all need to happen before? Don't love that it goes off to one side. That's very subpar. Better, better. Okay, that's straight linear. We need to get that to just be a different curve shape. Talking about 40k Gundams? No, not quite. 40k has Titans, but they don't quite have Gundams. Why, if Apex Legends isn't doing well for EA, why would they put out an Apex Legends 2? This is why I don't understand the games industry. Has every big game company has had huge fails recently. And you know what? If there's an exception, it proves the rule. That's what I say. Because yeah, it's just been seemingly miserable as all these big companies forget how to make video games and all make the same game that no one wants over and over again. This into our value. Do we need 2 of these? Oh, delete this. It's like almost it. I mean, they're called ribs. It's supposed to look like that, right? Been doing well, but it's quiet at the moment. Listen, a live service game is going to fail because people don't play the same game forever. Like, a live service game is going to be battling against every single game that gets made after it's released. So it's stupid to make a live service game and expect it to continue making money. It's just like, you're in for heartache, and you're dumb if you think that the money just keeps pouring in. It doesn't. Every game tapers down, you know? And also, you run out of content to make. Another thing about live service games. Titanfall 3? I mean, Titanfall 2 was a cult favorite, but then died really quickly. Like, there's not a lot of people playing it. It never had critical success. Why are you making another Titanfall? Out of all the games that you could be making, why Titanfall? I don't know. It's sad that, like, they trashed Dragon Age. There's no way that they're going to make another Dragon Age. They'll never be able to figure out what they did wrong. They'll never be able to make the improvements, you know, it's just, it's dead. Looking at the number of people who play, it doesn't look good. But yeah, like, people aren't gonna play a game forever. Right? At least that's how I see it. I want to put these rib curves out. Because then, how are we going to do side planks? Binding blanks. Give me a new geometry node thing. We're gonna put in the rib, heel and ribs. Might be a little bit weird. This might not be the best way to do it, but we're doing it anyway. Main size, we're gonna do ribs, curves, spline count, rib curves goes there. And then we need another repeat. Question is, how do we nest them? What is the point count of a single spline? Sample curve, or is it sample index? And then we pull a curve out with that. Can't pull a curve out. See, we sample curve. Curve has an index. They should all have the same number of points, which means this might just take up compute time for almost no reason. But if it doesn't, it'll be very necessary. Trust me. Nope, I'm lost. How would we actually... Oh, separate. Separate geometry. Right? That's the geometry, and we need to compare index, but we have to evaluate on domain. The domain is spline. And check to see if it's equal to the current iterator, and then we put that as a selection in here. And then we can, I don't know if all this is necessary. I really don't. How do we do this? We need a curve line. We need to resample that curve line. Count is gonna be spline count. Wait, but I don't want to do this domain size. I want to do either this one or this one. We do it like this. This is weird. What about WoW? What about WoW? What do Sea of Thieves does? I see people popping back into that. I feel like that actually it must have decent numbers for a smaller kind of MMO. Gonna wait to see what EA does. I mean, don't hold your breath. EA's gonna flub. They always do. We're setting up. My brain's breaking. I'm sad. We're at the end of the day. Has moments. He looks really nice. Seems cool. I kind of like the art style. It seems fun. Minecraft's adding new chicken variants, like warm and cold chickens. Yo, Minecraft's washed up. That so dumb. So dumb. Is that what the Minecraft players are asking for? Because I kind of doubt it. Here. That each one in the position needs to be the sample. Wherever we sample it. I mean, we already have A samples. Like, doing this in a weird way. So for all of the curves, you need to go through and place on do I even need this? I think I might need this for the other thing to sample on the right curve at the right point. Hmm. Maybe this needs to be completely different. Okay, wait, this could be good. This could be good. Maybe. There should be a number of planks, I think. I don't have a math yet. Start dividing. There we go. So that's a percent. It's not weird because there's just been one chicken the whole time. Minecraft's been out. I don't know what Minecraft needs. I just don't think more color options for animals is top priority. But whatever. So friends seem to be playing Valheim. Strangely or not, looks like a game you'd be making instead of playing. I know what you mean. Seems cool. I don't know if I could ever get into Valheim. They had a big release in the past. Now they're just going smaller updates. The chickens are a thing, but the cactus flower and the dried grass is also an enrichment. Okay, sure. If it's going to add new gameplay, then excellent. Cactus flower, I guess, is a thing. Dry grass, so you might not have ever had grass in sandy biomes. Now you get dry grass. That I could see where that'd be good. We put this in here. Should not be point count. This should be spline count. I think. And we're sampling at iterator would be the curve index because we keep going the curves, and then this divide is our factor.
Six p.m. o'clock.
6 p.m. A little bit early, but yeah, pretty much. And I was late. Houdini was bad, and we just didn't quite get as far as I wanted to. Now, when someone finds out dinosaurs were feathered like that, the next Jurassic Park movie will be interesting. Oh, yeah, silky chickens are pretty sick. Isn't there also there's a black silky, it's crazy. I love it. Oh, shout out to 6. Good job, everybody. Very proud of you. Setting position of the point, sampling the curve that comes from here, separate. Oh wait, but we don't need to, do we not need to separate because we can just put rib curves into here and then we have a curve index that comes from this and then we're getting it from the same factor each time. But we need the rib curve and we need the, oh, the keel doesn't exist as a curve anymore. Yeah, maybe we should have that as an input. So delete that. We're repeating for every plank that we want. That's the percentage. What would it be? It's not outputting anything. Aha. Need iterations. Not perfect, but a thing. And then another curve to mesh. What am I going to be doing tomorrow? That's a good question. That's a really good question. I'm going to have to figure that out. I don't necessarily want to give up on Houdini, but I actually need to figure stuff out. And the amount of lost that I felt today was a little bit too high for me to just want to continue doing it on stream like that. So I don't know. We'll have to figure it out. It's a curve. Curve circle. Yep, with it you. My brain is toast. I say rate is 1. So we can get some scale in. could see 45 in the Z. Silky chickens are like chickens cosplaying as tribbles. Accurate. It's a cursor. We should only have 2 things to scale. To get in somewhere. You have such a weird thing to you. Could be worse for something we whipped up in like 2 hours. Still trying to imagine a silky T-Rex. You just gotta like bulk the beak out a little bit, right? I don't imagine they'd be that different. Someone did a concept of one? Okay. An Arctic Rex? Okay. Just kind of looks like a fuzzy T-Rex. Doesn't really have the poofs that it needs in the right places. Especially like the feet of the chickens have kind of like a... They have lots around the knee, and then they have a bald spot, and then they have some around the ankle. It's a nice style though. Delete that. This is a vector. Get rid of the vector. I think we want to rotate it first. Viewer. We take the viewer off and we get... Okay, that's weird. Maybe we should do like every other or something. Just thinking how it's breaking through barriers and people are just going aw, trying to pet it. Huge fur ball that eats people. That does sound like the world we live in. That definitely seems wrong. then that also seems very wrong. That's no different. Then which one's cheaper? Just one for every curve, but that should it be sided? So, I mean, this should have something like a bool for whether we're doing one side or both. Or do we just do for both sides? I know it's super ugly. But it works. Figure for a while. Reminds you, they were trying to reintroduce grizzly bears to Washington State not too long ago. Wonder if they actually did. A little scary. Apex predator. Full Monty Python when the smart paleontology guy tries to warn people. The teeth, look at the teeth. You want to run into that walking around the woods? I'm sure it'd be quick. You know, if you have to really look at pain and death, like I'm sure it'd be quick. Like, I don't know, a python, right? If something swallowed you whole, how long would it take for you to asphyxiate inside of a stomach? I feel like it would be forever. Too long for me. No, thank you. One, and this one gets a little bit bigger. I mean, I guess. Kind of okay. And doesn't this iteration need to be out here somewhere? They're a perfect chip. Absolutely perfect. I think we just have to push them out. I don't know. We'll figure it out tomorrow. We're gonna wrap up. Quick, bears? No? What do you mean? Quick? Bears can outrun a human easy. Watch the movie The Revenant? I did not see that. Based on a real story, survived a grizzly attack, left for dead in the woods. I kind of knew what it was. Like, obviously, it was big when it came out. Leonardo DiCaprio got some sort of award for it. Yeah, I never got to see it, though. Europe and Dutchland has the wolf to contend with. They attack cattle and people, but not the people they wanted. But not the people that wanted them back. That's a good thing, right? Sounds very positive. feel like I'm getting somewhere with this. I have to really consider what we're doing with Houdini. Am I actually going to learn? I'll have to see. Maybe we just have to try a different project. Might be one of those things where I just have to keep trying different things and we'll pick up something eventually. Grizzly attack in that movie is pretty scary. Think you misheard? Not a fan of bears? Yeah, bears are scary. Bears are super scary. Kind of wish you could put geometry into things and not just objects. Having to do the, like, objects, whole object thing is a pain in the butt. I don't know. This is the start of something. May not be the perfect direction to go in. Figure it out. It's not good. One of the most populated places reintroducing dangerous animals. Idiotic. True. True. I mean, yeah. If the nature and environment couldn't sustain bears to begin with, why would you bring them back? Get some people have some very weird ideas about mammoths, which, okay, sure, have your mammoth thoughts, but bears? Like, we still have bears, they eat a lot, very territorial, like, there's reasons not to have more bears in the world, and then if they are going extinct in places, it's nice to have conservation efforts, but we need to, like, conserve, like, without making the environment actually more suitable to have more bears than we currently have, we're not really doing anything. It's creating more creatures that are gonna die. Yo, can you stop that? Holy shit, Blender. Just move the frickin' node. It unplugs whatever the fuck it wants. Stupid Blender. That's one thing that might be good about Houdini. As annoying as it is, the connections don't magically disconnect when you're trying to move things around. Like a huge scare that can actually really ruin a project just by clicking around. Like moving around a little bit, you're just like, oops, I like accidentally clicked this and dragged it out and it's gone now. I guess it would need to be from here. From an input. You have black bears out here. They're mostly cowards. Hide from people usually. I mean, the people are completely scary. Hard to understand what they're gonna do. Usually pretty bad intentions. I'm with it. Totally with it. You go bear. You hide in the woods. So if we can delete this, which I think we can. I think we can delete this. How much do I cut off? Think about putting this into a node group so we can do the other half easily. Oh, it's gonna be a pain in the ass. We need XY going into combine XY. That iterations goes there. X and that's the Y. Okay, so we don't need this object, we don't need the iterations object. Boom. Nice. And the thing I like the most is that we aren't duplicating some of these object inputs. Boom, boat. Yo, shout out to 618. What up, Toki? Hope you're doing well. Gonna wrap up soon. Do you need to chill now after stream? Go out Houdini again another day? Yeah, I think you're right. I think you're right, Gav. Smaller than brown bears usually climb trees to hide. Heard some stalking people and trying to swipe at their ankles. Still want to run into them? I mean, they're big. They're dangerous. They're like dogs that are grumpier. And then keel and ribs just needs... a little bit more tip. Oh, and then I guess the ribs, you don't want to go all the way to the tip.
I think you should rage quit Houdini.
Discard and quit. Rage quit. There we go. Done. Explode Houdini? We'll maybe explode Houdini tomorrow. We'll see how it goes. I need all these to rotate. Oh, it's going to be awkward. Anyway, no, we should wrap up. It's too late. Save this as a new file. Kaboom! I mean, it died. It wasn't quite an explosion. We'll try and find an explosion button tomorrow. Nikki, did you just have the rapid hiccups? That was nuts. Trying to think. There's a thing on Tuesday. It's a Wednesday. It's fine. I need to wrap up. I'm gonna go. Thank you all my lurkers for trying my VOD watch. Sorry that I ran out of Houdini. Houdini was just a little bit too stressful today. But thank you, all my lurkers, my chads, my VOD watchers. Appreciate each and every one of you. I hope to see you again tomorrow between 2 p.m. and 6 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, when we will be either continuing Ship in a Bottle, because it's a project I wanted to do, and or Houdini.
Oh ho ho.
Excellent. All right. Have a great rest of your time zone. I'll see you guys tomorrow. Bye-bye.